This is off of Route 100. It's called Creek Road, Chad's Ford. And this is the Brandywine River. This across the way here, if you go down the road a little bit, is the school I went to, elementary school. Well, right through there, and maybe up the river, down the river, down there. During the Battle of Brandywine, there was fighting along here and up the street, and probably this is where they crossed at one point. I'm not too familiar with where the British came. I know they were coming from, that's Kennett Square area up there, and Maryland's further down, and over here in Delaware. Well, I think they came up from Chesapeake Bay and were coming up into Pennsylvania, and it came through here. And what happened was a battle broke out down the street here, a skirmish or a battle, whatever you'd like to call it. And we actually lost that battle, but some things happened in there that they're remembered for. The battle was. Anyway, real quickly here, what I'm going to do is, see that over there, that house? That is the Chris Sanderson Museum. He is he's not living anymore. He was a legend, and still a legend here. He actually lived at General George Washington's headquarters, just probably about 50, 60 years ago. He left 1950s or 60s. He was down there like a caretaker, taking care of the headquarters of George Washington, I believe. I did a video of Brandywine Battlefield. But anyway, we're going to go in there a little later. I think it's open today. I hope I didn't drive up here for nothing, but I think I got a little while before it opens. Anyway, to go jump back over here in this swamp area. I don't know if you guys know Bam Margera from Jackass. Somewhere along this road, I think up maybe near Wiley Road. They used to live somewhere up in that general direction. I'm not sure exactly, but one episode showed he had a cannonball that dug up out of, I guess it was right along the banks of the Brandywine. So there was fighting along here. Right through here, like I said, was the school I went to. We used to go metal detecting back in there. We did one time. It was up by the school. Anyway, we're going to go see if we can go in the museum. Okay, I was just about to go over to check what time it's open. It's open real soon. Lady was coming in. There's a big sign out there. It says volunteers needed. I think I'm going to try to get a volunteer spot in here because I know a lot. This thing is not just about the history around here. He had stuff from, this guy collected shit from everywhere. When you see the stuff inside, it's incredible. He's got all kinds of Indian arrowheads, and some of them dug up here, some of them from out west. He had stuff he found on Little Bighorn, where Battle of Little Big. This guy had stuff mailed to him from all around the country. And he used to be a friend of, here's another piece of history, Andrew Wyeth, N.C. Wyeth, Jamie Wyeth, three big artists. N.C.'s long gone. He's back in the day. He did a lot of illustrations in books like Treasure Island and maybe Robin Hood and stuff like that. Him and another guy, Pyle, who's from this area. And if I'm not mistaken, Pyle may have been a student of N.C. Wyeth. I always liked N.C. Wyeth's art better than Jamie and Andrew, sorry. I think also, if I'm not mistaken, Maxfield Parrish was a student of N.C. Wyeth. I think so. I'm pretty sure. I think he went out Chicago for a while or whatever. That's about all I know about not N.C. Wyeth, Maxfield Parrish. Famous artist, though. But anyway, their house is up the road here, the Wyeths. And I got a story to tell you about that later on. Happened on Christmas Eve. One of the Wyeths helped pull my car out of a gully up here. I'll tell you about it later on. I'll go up there and do a little piece on it. Now, behind me is the museum. And yeah, I think I can easily go in there and get me a job, not a paying job, a volunteer job, something to do. And from there, I could probably get something else out of it. I'm still working. I'm going to be working. I'm going back into the restaurant industry for a little while. And today, something came through my phone for a golf course up the street's paying better than what I just got. So maybe my luck's changing. Anyway, let me kill this off right now, and we'll go inside. It should be about getting ready to open, and I'll turn it back on when we get in there, okay? And before I go inside there, there's so much history here, at least history from this area that I know of. You got the Historical Society up the street, and you had a diner down here. It's been here for probably 50 years, and now it's over in Kennett Square. The original one was right down on the edge of the river, and it used to flood out down here sometimes. That was Hank's place. The Wyeths used to go there, and you'd see them. You go in there for Sunday, have breakfast, and you're sitting alongside Andrew. Andrew was totally cool. I only met him once, very briefly, said hello to him and talked a little bit. But they would come in there all the time. And the other thing is, with Chris Sanderson, who's the guy who owned this place and was the collector of all this stuff, he was incredible for what this guy did. He was a school teacher in the area, I think maybe late 1890s or something. He used to walk from here down to Wilmington, sort of near where I live, except for I get to drive a car. This guy walked it. And it's probably 5-10 miles, it's a back and forth, whatever. He used to teach violin down there as far as I remember, and some other stuff. And he'd come back home, and this was where he lived after the, I guess he was staying down the battlefield for a while. But anyway, let me go get inside there, and I'll turn the video back on.
I'll give you, this is Chuck, our curator's information. Right. He's a really great guy, and if you are ever interested in volunteering.
And yeah, it's funny, because I actually said, this is the kind of stuff I'm into. I knew a whole lot of, actually had tintypes and daguerreos for sale up there in a place called Fields of Glory. And the guy, unfortunately, got in some trouble and was robbing Peter to pay Paul. And I had to physically go up and get my stuff out of his place. And he ended up going to jail. Not by me. He owed somebody else a ton of money.
Wow.
I had found some really cool stuff collecting. Wait a minute. Yeah, I like looking at this stuff. I collect old photos, autographed books, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I was telling somebody the other day, I actually, down in Newark, Delaware, I found an autograph book from the 1950s. It actually had Henry Aaron, that's Hank Aaron, the baseball players, rookie autograph, a bunch of other baseball players, and then other people. It was just from Milwaukee area. That's where Hank Aaron. And it was, here you go, there's Teddy Roosevelt right here. That's cool. Also, down at the farmer's market, I found a document or a graduation thing with William Howard Taft's autograph on it.
Oh, nice.
I came across a lot of neat stuff.
Yeah, Chris was really into autographs. He got like a Hall of autographs.
Yeah, I wish I could have met the guy.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I see that you're talking about these autographs. There's Franklin Roosevelt. Frank Bronwell. That's a Civil War soldier, a famous one, if I'm not mistaken. A general during the Civil War down in Baltimore got shot. I'm trying to remember his name. And this was the guy that killed the rebel who shot Frank Bronwell, I think his name is. I'm sorry, I'm like a little kid. It's like Christmas. I'm just so into this stuff. Elmer Everett or something like that. I can't, I'm trying to remember that guy's name that got shot. First officer, I think, to die in the Civil War in Baltimore. Here's a picture of Peter Hurd here, signed. I guess is that Peter Hurd? That 1941 to Chris Sanderson. So what I'm going to do is just turn this off right now, and probably come back up and do a couple different days worth of video. I got somewhere to be in a little while. This looks like it was Chris Sanderson's grandfather, Roberts. Chancellorsville, 1863. The battle with General Joe Hooker died at. Here's Benjamin Harrison, Grant, and is that Garfield, Lincoln? This is a Wyeth right here, Andrew Wyeth, Chris Sanderson. Westchester Fairgrounds. That's right up the street, Westchester. So much stuff to look at in here. Lenape Park Farmers Picnic. My mom and dad used to take us up there back in the late 70s. I think it was when we went up there. They called it the Old Fiddler's Picnic, I think, back in the day. Old Bull. Wow. So I'm not mistaken, Old Bull. He played the violin. Yeah, I actually had, one point I had a photo of that guy. It's carte de visite. This might be Maxfield Parrish artwork, is it? No, but it kind of reminded me of it. That's N.C. Wyeth. Looks like a hyena. that guy looks really familiar. Oh, that's Cleveland. Grover Cleveland, I believe. Or no, it isn't. Is it? Wait a minute. Cleveland campaign badge. Yeah, it's Grover Cleveland. It's just overwhelming. There's so much stuff to look at. Okay. Here's a picture he has of Geronimo. That's pretty darn cool. And I noticed over here, he's got Kate Smith. She used to sing God Bless America, the Flyers game. Ernest Tubb. Dad was into Ernest Tubb music. And you got Pawnee Bill. He was like kind of like a Buffalo Bill character from the Old West. Will Rogers. Bill Robinson. Orville Wright. I have him in a picture when Lindbergh was getting a medal. He's standing off. He was actually a friend of the Wright brothers. Yeah, this is incredible. John Brown of Gettysburg. I thought that guy looked familiar. He was like 70 years old. Went out on the battlefield the first day of the fighting up in Gettysburg, and they were the other younger soldiers were laughing at him, like, "Go home with Grandpa," and he ended up holding his own. And actually, they were actually impressed. He was out there with an old musket or something. They had better equipment, and he held up with him. Like I said, he was about 70. Anyway, I'm going to end this right here, I think. This is Jenny Wade's purse. It's pretty incredible. She died at Gettysburg. She was baking bread for the troops, and a musket ball come down Baltimore Avenue, went through her door, and killed her right on the spot. Now here's a picture of Jenny Wade there. It's 3 in the morning. No, it was New Year's Eve. I'm sorry. I think it was New Year's Eve. Or was it Christmas? So long ago I don't recall. But evidently I had too much to drink. And I learned my lesson now. I ended up in the ditch along the thing. And one of the Wyeths came out and helped me, which is cool. But that was a long time.